Oh, hey, my fellow flippers. Glad you can make it. Welcome to Flippin' ATL. Come on inside. The area that I'm approaching is the foyer, or foyer, depending on how you speak your French. The previous height to this foyer went all the way up to 18 feet. As you can see, I've lowered it down to 9 feet. I did so by using 2x10s to serve as my floor joist and a couple of sheets of plywood to serve as my subfloor. To the right of this area is a room that served as a second living room. I've used green tape lines to mark off my new ceiling height. Everything above those tape lines will serve as the new bedroom. On this side, I've also used an X to mark off the location for my new doorway. Before I get any more work done on this project, I need to take a few seconds to show you the work that I completed previously. Let's check it out. Now I'm upstairs. I'm upstairs and I'm standing in the landing area that I constructed previously. Now, in order to make sure the bedroom floor that I'm about to construct is perfectly level with this landing area, I need to cut out this door first before I even get started building it. So to make sure that my door is perfect, I'm going to use this door frame as a stencil to make my cut. It's time to begin construction on the bedroom floor. I'm going to do so by utilizing 2x8x12s cut to size as my floor joists. I'll be using sheets of plywood to serve as my subfloor. I did get the outer section of my ceiling/floor installed, but on another note, I'm so glad that I decided to make sure it was level and measure it from down below as well as up top. My initial green tape lines that I showed you were actually off 3 inches. That would have definitely been bad to step from a landing area into a bedroom and dip down 3 inches. So always check and double check. But let me get back to installing these floor joists. All right, so as you can see, I got my first one installed. All right, 10 more to go. Okay, so I'm at an interesting point in the project. I had 2/3 of my floor joists installed, and I'm about to start installing my subfloor. The reason why I stopped at 2/3 is because I need to make a decision on what I'm gonna do with the stairs. Now, ideally, I would like to join both of these rooms together by a staircase, but it's starting to look like that's not feasible. A switchback staircase is one of the options that I would go with. Switchback staircase unfortunately takes up too much space. The other option is a spiral staircase, and a spiral staircase does not take up much space, but it's super expensive. So I think what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and put in my subfloor, walk on the area and see how I feel about it. But right now, more than likely, they're gonna be 2 separate bedrooms. Okay, so I have most of my subfloor installed, and as you can see, I'm actually standing inside of the new bedroom. Now this slope that's in the ceiling takes away a lot of the livable space. But now that I'm inside of this room and actually getting a feel for it firsthand, it is large enough to be independent from the one that's below it. So I'm gonna continue installing the rest of my floor joists, install the rest of my subfloor, bolt everything down, and then call it a day. None of my subfloors are screwed down. My very next focus is to bring some light into the room. I've already made two 6-inch cutouts for recessed lights, which I'll connect to the ones that I installed previously in the landing area. Anytime you run recessed lights, you gotta run your wire. Sometimes when you run your wire, you gotta run it through the attic. Now, normally I wouldn't complain, but you see that little corner all the way right there next to that slope? Yeah, that's where I gotta go. Wish me luck. All right, everything's installed. Now it's time to go and test out the recess lights. All right, those are good to go. Now it's time to go and do the same thing downstairs. Okay, I'm downstairs. Now I'm about to be doing the installation on a recess light. If you've never installed recess lights, I'll give you a quick tutorial real quick. I have my hot wire, which is black, my neutral, which is white, and my ground. This is the box for the recess lights. It's the same inside the box. Now, this wire, I'm gonna run it through the box. It's got little openings, little circle holes where you can stick a wire through. So I'm gonna feed my wire through there. Now that it's inside, I'm gonna use my push connectors. That's what these are called. This is to join your hot with your hot, your neutral with your neutral, and so on and so forth. So we go ahead and connect my hots together. Now I'm going to connect my neutral wires. And it's really simple. You literally just push them in there. It's not like a loose fit. Those are all together. So I'm going to go ahead and close that up. Make sure, because it has a switch for the light intensity. I like mine to be all the way on 5,000. So I'm going to close that up. This is the actual light itself. And this screws inside of this piece right here. Now what I like to do, just so I can have some light in the room, I definitely have to take this back off once I get my sheetrock up. But I'm gonna just put up my lights just so I can have some light in my working area. Okay, so I'm all hooked up. It's time to test out the recess lights. There we go. Bingo. All right, it's time to install my ceiling. I'm about to hoist each piece of sheetrock in place with my bare hands. Yeah, no, that's not about to happen, but I will be using my drywall lift. All right, so now I have my joist marked, my recess light removed, my sheetrock ready to be hoisted in place. It's time to put up this ceiling. Okay, first sheet is installed and I have my cutout marked. Now it's time to make my first hole for my recess lights. Typically, I like to get all of my paint work done before I install new flooring, but time is definitely money on this project, so while my mud is drying, I'm about to get busy installing my new floor. Well, that's all for this episode, but make sure that you stay tuned in for the next. On the next episode, I'll be installing the rest of my flooring upstairs, doing my cutout and installation for my window, and downstairs I'll be installing my glass doors, as well as sanding and painting the rest of my ceiling. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and thanks for watching Flippin' ATL.